Yo, what's going on, everybody? You're watching Giants Now by Chat Sports. I'm your host, Marshall Green. Not at the studio today, but still wanted to talk about what happened yesterday against the Houston Texans. Hopefully, we've all gone to sleep, woken up, recharged, maybe not as emotional or broken as we were yesterday watching this football team. But I just wanted to talk about some winners and losers coming out of yesterday's loss to the Houston Texans. And overall, I'm just going to go over some bright spots that I had for the game. I know I was pretty negative yesterday about Daniel Jones. I don't feel any different, though. I do believe that he is not the guy, but we won't spend too much time on that today. Let's start with some positives. If you haven't yet, hit that thumbs up icon. Number one, I thought Devin Singletary fought for every single yard that he picked up. I know he only had 10 carries for 20 yards, had that goal line touchdown, but you can see this is a guy that's going to fight for those hidden yards. He's going to be able to run through the tackles. It may be a dirty three and a half, 4 yards, but he sticks his foot in the ground. He gets north and south. He runs through arm tackles. He's a physical runner, and he is a guy that I feel like is quickly becoming a leader for this football team. It was good to see him do his thing. The stats weren't all that great, but I feel like when you watch the game, and I went back and watched it this morning, he kind of popped off the page. Had that nice 10-yard run. I was excited with the way that Devin Singletary played football. Also, I thought the offensive line held up really well in pass protection. Of the 19 snaps that the starting offensive line was together, which was Andrew Thomas, Aaron Stinney, John Michael Schmitz, Greg Van Roten, and Jermaine Illuminor, right tackle, of those 19 pass sets, they allowed just one pressure. And that is miles better than anything the Giants have had in quite some time. So I'm super optimistic about what that group, especially when John Runyon, the guy you spent $10 million on in free agency, can do when he comes back from injury. Nice to see the offensive line hold up in pass protection. Malik Nabers, special talent. Second biggest winner coming out of the game. Excuse me. And we'll talk more about some winners and losers. Elijah Chatman, the play of the game. But Malik Nabers is special. What he did in the first half was awesome. Everything we thought, everything we heard, everything we saw in training camp, OTAs, offseason, it came to life yesterday against the Houston Texans. Would have liked to seen him haul in that one pass up the right sideline where Derek Stingley held down his, I guess that would be his left arm. Nabers went up for the right arm, one-handed catch, wasn't able to do it. He said he should have been more physical at the point and at the point of the catch. And you know what? I like that he can admit that he should have been better on that play. But really excited from everything I saw from Malik Nabers. Multiple contested catches, leaping, going to the top shelf where only the big kids can get it, making tough grabs, plucking the ball out of the air. Still excited to see what he does when the ball is actually in his hands. I hope the Giants work that into the game plan coming up against the Vikings in week 1. Now that they have Stephon Gilmore, he'll be going up against a future Hall of Famer. But really excited about Malik Nabers. He's the real deal. The third down pressure from Brian Burns and Kayvon Thibodeau. I don't remember if it was the first or the second drive that the Houston Texans put together, the one where they got stopped in the red zone. On that fourth down, it was able to happen because of the third down pressure from Burns and Thibodeau. They both beat their tackles off the edge. They forced Stroud to step up in the pocket. Then he had to roll out and throw it away. Dexter Lawrence, the following play, had the bat down on fourth down. You got to see all three of those guys make big-time impacts on big-time plays. The red zone defense was great once again by Shane Bowen. That's why he was brought here from the Tennessee Titans, what he's able to do and how he's able to create stops in those situations. Really pumped up about the way the defense played in the red zone. Also, Darius Slayton, consistently solid. Not the best corner he was going up against. It was a third-string corner that's trying to make the team for the Texans, but he did what he was supposed to do. He was the more talented player. He was the better player out there. Hit them with a little 1-2 at the line of scrimmage. Outside release, created enough separation for Jones to make the throw. Good ball, good catch, good play, resulted in 7. Elijah Chatman continues to flash. This guy is amazing. Everyone has seen the play of him hawking down the running back, running 40 yards. The effort was awesome, and that's something that every Giants fan is going to fall in love with. But he's more than just an effort guy. This guy is skilled. He is talented. His first step off the line of scrimmage is amazing, and he's extremely strong at the punch. He keeps the offensive linemen away from him. Not the longest arms in the world, but he has that punch press power, and he's able to create all those spots and separation that he wants to do. Elijah Chatman's a stud. He's going to make this team. Joe Shane hits a home run with a UDFA out of SMU. 6 foot, 287-pound interior defensive lineman. I cannot wait to see on passing downs Chatman, Burns, Lawrence, and Thibodeau all pin their ears back and get after it. Chatman was awesome. We also saw Tyler Nubin come off the edge, a blitz. He ended up picking up a hold on the running back. He got skinny. We saw that he could do it. We saw that he was someone that's going to make some plays, and nice to see him create pressure when his number was called to get after the quarterback. Azeez Ojulari also looked good. He had a sack, which also resulted, I believe it was an intentional grounding. He looked good, and the Giants are going to need him to be good this year. If the Giants want to be the team that all of us want them to be, which is competitive, which is a team that is not going to get their mouths punched every single game, it's going to be because of guys like Dexter Lawrence, like Brian Burns, like Kayvon Thibodeau, like Elijah Chatman, Azeez Ojulari, Bobby Okereke, Deontay Banks, Jason Pinnock, Tyler Nubin. Those are the guys on defense that are going to have to do it for the New York Giants. And it was nice to see Azeez Ojulari get a sack. I've always been a big fan of his. Coming all the way back from Georgia, I believe that he can be a good player in this league, and I think that supplementary role, that complementary role, that first edge rusher off the bench behind Thibodeau and behind Burns might be the role that's best suited for him. Give me your biggest takeaway from the game not involving Daniel Jones. Biggest takeaway from yesterday's game against the Texans, not involving Daniel Jones. I've got Singletary looked good. O-line held up well in pass protection. Malik Nabers is special. Third down pressure from Burns and Thibodeau. Lawrence batted a ball down on fourth down. We know he's special. Darius Slayton is consistently solid. Elijah Chatman continues to flash. Tyler Nubin showed he can create pressure. And Azeez Ojulari, he looked good on that one pass set. Give me your biggest reaction to the game not involving Daniel Jones. We'll quickly go over some winners and losers. Just wanted to come up here and try to spread some positivity because I know yesterday I was being a little bit of a Debbie Downer. I was getting flashbacks of week 1 last year against the Dallas Cowboys, who rose 40-0. Biggest winner for me, Malik Nabers. He's a dog. He's going to be special in this league. Giants have a wide receiver 1. Elijah Chatman, I thought looked really, really good. He is someone that's going to be special for this team. Burns looked good. Thibodeau looked good. But if I had to give my 2 biggest winners, it would be Chatman and it would be Nabers. If I had to give a third, probably Darius Slayton. I mean, I know it was against a backup corner, Mike Ford. Shout out to Authentic on Twitter for breaking it down. Third string corner, Mike Ford, who was undrafted in 2018. But I would say those are my biggest 3 winners. I don't really have many losers outside of Daniel Jones. I thought that Brian Daboll should have gone for it on 4th and 6 and worked on that type of situation. It's not often you can, recreate and put your offense in a position in a game-like situation on 4th and 6 in the 2-minute warning where you have to score a touchdown. But I guess it was nice to see that Graham Gano can still make a 26-yard field goal. So I didn't love that call by Daboll. Daniel Jones struggled. We know that. I know a lot of people are going to talk about he looked better in the second quarter. He did. The offense did look better in the second quarter. That's awesome. Thing is, it was against the backup Houston Texans defense. But just quickly on Jones. Jones was 2 of 6 for 14 yards, 0 touchdowns, 2 interceptions when targeting the starting Texans DBs. 25 is 138 yards. We're targeting third-string cornerback Chris Boyd, a 7th-round draft pick from 2019. And 74 of Daniel Jones' 138 yards. We're targeting third-string cornerback Mike Ford, who was drafted in 2018. Once again, shout out to my guy Authentic for getting those stats in. He also says everything else was a check down. 99 of his 138 yards were against 2 cornerbacks who have combined for 4 games in the last 3 seasons. Obviously, Daniel Jones did not play well. But look, it is preseason. I'm not going to call my reaction yesterday an overreaction because I've been feeling that way for quite some time. But he did look good in the second quarter, albeit against the backups. Really good throw to Slayton. Had a really good throw to Jalen Hyatt. Hyatt wasn't able to get his feet down. Love seeing them work that back shoulder fade. Wan'Dale Robinson had that nice third down conversion. Wish he would have looked at the top of the screen. Jalen Hyatt had beat the corner on the outside release. But overall, second quarter, you could take a little bit from that, I guess. Outside of that, the first quarter was a joke. The first interception was a joke. The first play to Malik Nabers targeting Stingley was a joke. The throw to Hyatt, Hyatt that got picked off. I don't mind the decision. Take a shot, but that's got to be a my guy or nobody ball, and he left it short and inside, which has always kind of been a theme for his. But just wanted to get up on here, talk some positives, because there were some things that I was excited about when I rewatched it this morning. And you know what? No one wants to hear anybody just complaining about Daniel Jones all the time. So I hope you enjoyed today's video, talking some positives. We'll be live on the channel tomorrow, if that's Monday. Yep, tomorrow is Monday. We'll be live on the channel, videos every week, and we'll be every day this week, multiple videos every day this week. And we're also going to be live for the game against the Jets. So subscribe and turn notifications on. Let's go Big Blue.